Hi there, this is Diane, one of 5 awesome optimists. Have I got a treat for you today? I had a chat with the author of this brand new book, Amy Spencer, called this book is called Meeting Your Half Orange. It's an utterly upbeat guide to using dating optimism. And I hope that you enjoy our little chat. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me a very special guest. It's Amy Spencer, the author of this brand new book, released today, the day that I'm doing this. Yay! Let's do cheers. Cheers. It's called Meeting Your Half Orange, an utterly upbeat guide to using dating optimism. What an awesome, awesome book this was.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm so glad that you read it, and I'm so glad that you loved it. That's all I can ask.
Oh, I'm so glad that you shared what you did. For those of you who don't know you a little bit, how about just explain who you are and how this all incredible stuff came to be?
Okay. I am a writer and magazine journalist. I've been working in the magazine world for about a dozen years now. I used to be an editor at Maxim magazine, at Glamour magazine, and at Star magazine. And while I was working there, I was working on a lot of relationship and love stories. Mm-hmm. So, of course, at Maxim, I got the guy point of view. At Glamour, I got the female point of view. And I took that all and started writing a lot of relationship articles and essays. And then I worked on my own radio show on Sirius, on the Sirius XM channel for Maxim, and I did a relationship call-in show where I talked a lot to people about their love lives and trying to help people. And through it all, of course, the great irony was that I was single, as all get out. And after a while of being single, as much as I enjoyed it, I was ready for a relationship and wanted to find one. So for lack of a way to do that, and for lack of having any dates that worked out, I sort of invented this idea of dating optimism, which is sort of based on this idea of, taking all these positive thoughts and focusing everything on it and working up an optimism that your love life is going to work out. And I met my husband in 8 short months. Wow. And we have been married almost 3 years now, and I'm utterly happy. And of course, in telling the story to all my friends, I just want to pass on the word. So this is a way for me, by writing this book, to pass the message on to people who I haven't met yet, to friends that
like me, people like me who loved it.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Well, I've certainly read my share of dating and relationship books, and this has got to be among one of my very favorites, and I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. I loved your very scholarly approach. I loved you bringing the science of optimism. I'm a real proponent of noticing actual cellular differences when people have positive thinking, and I love the studies that you quoted on that. And you had talked a little bit about the power of optimism too, not just, oh, happy thoughts, but how it actually changes you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing, that so many people think all of this positive thinking is just so lighthearted and woo-woo, and oh, what the heck, I wake up and think some happy thoughts, it's not getting me a man. Well, guess what? It doesn't necessarily, and that almost was more frustrating for me than anything when I tried just being happy, because I thought, here I am being so happy, and I'm still not meeting anyone. What's going on? So what optimism is all about is focusing your energies in such a determined way that you actually, by creating what I call in the book the orange buzz, it's like creating this real fire of emotional determination in your gut about what you want and about how certain you are that you're going to get it, just truly believing you're going to get it, which is what optimism is all about.
Sure.
And what that actually does is changes, if you have these positive thoughts regularly in your mind, it changes the neural activity in your brain and eventually actually changes the structure of your brain itself. And this is due to something called neuroplasticity, which I talk a lot about in the book.
Yeah, I love that.
And what it does is, when you have a different brain that sees and perceives the world differently, everything about you changes. Your body language changes, the energy within and around you changes, and what you attract ultimately changes. So like you're saying, it's not just this woo-woo, fakey idea.
Yeah,
thinking positively can actually physiologically change you and your life experience, and in this case, bring you love.
And also the focused optimism as far as not just career or health, but in relationships. Now,
Yeah,
I'll bet we
because
have.
that's what a lot of people, and I bet you have the same thing, Diane, that, you meet a lot of people, or maybe in your own life, that for many of us women, we're really great at getting so many things we want. We get focused on our careers, we get focused on the apartment or home that we want, or the car that we want, or the friends that we want. We're great about going after that and making that happen. And then somehow, when it comes to love, you think, oh, well, I can't help that. I mean, that's out of my hands. That's just whatever the universe drops on me. But what I'm saying is that's not the case. I mean, if you can make your career happen, if you can make your life and happiness happen, you can also make love happen by the energy that you are creating and the people that you're attracting.
That's wonderful. And can you explain how you came up with this darling title? I love it. It's so catchy.
So many people are so confused by the orange.
The orange.
What it is the half orange is a translation of, should we cheers our oranges, Diane?
Cheers. Cheers. I know, I'm such a dork.
I mean, come on, this is technology, it's fun.
Yes, but you know what? One of the things you did say was, if you're a dork, keep being a dork, because someone will love you for being a dork.
All about being your authentic
Be your best authentic
and
self.
that's how you meet your half orange, which is a translation of the Spanish term mi media naranja, which translates as my half orange and means my sweetheart, my other half.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's a term that I heard from my husband's family. They're from Argentina. And when we met, they said to him, oh, that's so exciting, you found your media naranja. And I was all excited. I didn't know what that meant. But when they explained it to me, I really loved it because, in fact, I'm holding this orange. You can see it. The idea of two half oranges coming together, it's like no half of the relationship is any pushier or, asking for more or begging for more, anything. It's like you meet in the middle as this really complementary relationship. And so I really love that idea.
It is great. What a super framework that was for the structure of your book and the organization too. I loved it. One of the ones you had about feeding the seed. And imagining yourself already in that place of happiness. I love that because I'm a pretty positive person, but I do forget to take that next step and imagine myself, on Valentine's Day in 5 years from now.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of thing.
Well, because what happens is when you have a passing thought, it kind of whisks through in the wind, but if you can really take it and focus on it and kind of stick it in your belly where it belongs, where you can feel the image, that's what visualization is all about. And it's how athletes are able to achieve all these incredible things because they do a lot of visualization. They see themselves diving into the water or riding across the Tour de France finish line. And that's basically
awesome.
what I'm saying that people can do for love as well. That if you actually feel in your gut how, adored and smart and sexy and happy you feel in the right relationship, you actually become the person now that you want to be in your relationship later. And by becoming that person, of course, you naturally attract the right person to you. The person who wants you being your adoring best self.
That's right, and doesn't that make a lot of sense? Somebody doesn't want to say, well, if I go with her, then she'll become what I want.
Exactly, and we do that. It's like, I know that I'm a little
doesn't make any sense.
Clingy, but I promise, if I'm in a relationship with you, I'll be great and happy.
I know.
That's not how it works. You have to be your best self now so that your other half can, walk down the street and stop and say, wait a minute, I need to be with this one.
Dang, baby.
So, that's really the essence, just embracing now who you want to be. And of course, what happens is, even if you're not in a relationship now and you don't meet the right guy tomorrow, well, guess what? You're living this wonderful, glowing, fantastic life.
That's right.
And, living up the most of it.
Oh, how wonderful. That's so awesome. Now, I also noticed some really awesome successes about the release of this book, and I'm so honored and thrilled that you decided to come and do this special interview with us for our special channel.
It's hitting pretty big right now. It's really exciting. Harper's Bazaar did a little piece on it that it's the ultimate pep talk.
Yes!
And Star Magazine this past week put it in their number one is their Fab 5 for the week.
Oh, I believe it.
It's actually going to be in the next issue of Glamour, in the March issue of Glamour magazine.
Oh, how awesome.
About the book.
Right, honey, this is not a small potatoes. Are you ready for all this receiving?
Big, Diane.
I know. Oh my gosh. Well, how can we get it? How can we get one? I mean, I was so thankful that you sent me one with a promo pack, including an awesome little magnet and everything.
Little magnet. Your half orange is out there, Diane.
I know.
Half orange is out there.
I know. Well, if we want to share this with as many people as we can, how do we get it?
You can get this book At all the major bookstores. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. You can get it at Borders Books. You can get it at on Amazon.com. Actually, they're shipping out pretty quickly from there. And, you know.
And we say run, run, don't walk to get it.
Yeah, run, don't walk, exactly. Run with a big fat smile on your face to get your big fat love.
That's right. And maybe you'll bump into them. You're the one, your other half orange getting one too. Wouldn't that be awesome?
You never know. Exactly. That's what happens. I mean, you've read some of the stories in the book. Some of it's magical, you know? I mean,
yeah.
If you're in the right frame of mind and really feeling what you want.
That's true, isn't it?
It's amazing how life brings it to you.
It is true. And, you know, having read so many of these and also being, you know, somewhat of a dating expert and just by experience, I have to say that it doesn't matter how many times I read similar type of stories, there's nothing like reading your story. And the story that you tell about the little balloon dog in the restaurant, that was so funny. I mean, I could so identify with that. If you haven't seen that, you have to read it, you guys. It is so funny.
Read it just to get the story.
Just to get the story of the balloon dog.
The idea that the worse the date, the better the story. So embrace the bad dating experiences because that is the spice of life.
That's right. And my girlfriends who don't date, who live through me, through my dates, love the worse my dates get.
Exactly, right? At least you're entertaining your friends.
Well, not only that, but I have a lot of the same philosophy where it just brings me closer. And I'm grateful for the little kernel of hope that I do have, and I'm glad that you magnified that in this book and showed what a necessary and powerful thing it is to have that, not just to find your love, but really to survive, because we all need love. We all deserve love.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what I'm trying to help everyone get. I mean, if that's what you want and that's where you're headed, this is really just going to, you know, skyrocket you right straight to it.
Woohoo! 8 months.
Yeah.
8 months. All right.
Grab your oranges, people.
Yes. Anything else you'd like to add, Amy?
Just that, you know, I hope that the people out there really realize how much power they have within themselves to actually make this happen. I mean, love is not just something that other people get to have or that just lands on your lap if you happen to be lucky.
Sure.
You can make it happen by the way that you focus your thoughts and really become determined. And by becoming a dating optimist is really the way that's going to do it.
Yeah, and I love the way that you worded that too. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased to be able
Dianne.
to be one of the first people to do a special interview with this. Woohoo!
It's been a pleasure.
All
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Amy, again, and congratulations on all your wonderful success.
Thank you.
All righty. Okay. Mwah! Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. This is Dianne, 1 of 5.